Hello, we're at the railway station in York. It is sunny, there's a few clouds, there's a nice blue sky, but it is really cold. It is just coming up to 4:20 on Monday, the 30th of March, 2026. And we are here today because I am doing a journey report on an LNER Intercity 225 from here to Newcastle in standard class. A few months ago I did just a normal journey on an LNER 225 set, as it was the first journey I'd ever taken on an LNER 225 set since December 2019, and it was also the first time I'd ever taken a journey on an Intercity 225 set when they have been in the Intercity Swallow livery. That time I didn't do a journey report because I didn't expect the train to be an Intercity 225. Although I did record the journey and it is on my channel, so make sure to check it out later. This time I am expecting the train to be an Intercity 225, which it is. It's formed of 7 coaches and it is taking me up to Newcastle today. The departure time from York is 16:29, and this is the first Intercity 225 running up to Newcastle in passenger service since they stopped serving that route 5 years ago in 2020. So this is great for LNER and the Intercity 225s, because as someone who lives in Durham, there's a chance I'll get to ride on one a few more times before they are replaced by new trains coming in around 2027-2028, which are the new Serenza trains built by CAF. Anyway, our train will soon be here, so it's time to wait for our train to Newcastle. Let's go, enjoy the video. York is a major railway station on the East Coast Main Line, serving the city of York and also acting as a major interchange. Services from this station are provided by LNER, Cross Country, Transpennine Express, Northern and Grand Central. Major destinations include London, Birmingham, the South West, Manchester, Liverpool, Scotland and even Blackpool. Our train was meant to leave from platform 5, but a last-minute platform alteration meant it was departing from platform 11 instead, so we had to make our way over there by crossing the footbridge. And here comes our train now. As you can see, there are a lot of people on the platform, including loads of enthusiasts.
Darlington, Durham, Newcastle, Alton,
and we're departing York a few minutes late at around 16:33.
Oh yes, the message was sent. Well, we took her to the doctor today. We got some antibiotics. See what happened with her cough.
There was even an announcement to acknowledge the first run of an Intercity 225 to Newcastle since 2020 as well.
First Intercity 225 to go north of York since 2020. My name is Dan, I'm on your onboard host today, and I'm delighted to inform you we do have refreshments still available for all customers on board of our train this afternoon. If you're in first class, our complimentary service will be taking place very shortly. From your seat. If you're in standard class, I am very pleased to announce there is a capybara opening coach H for Hungary. They have a wide variety of teas, coffees, hot and cold sandwiches, beers, wines and spirits.
I like how they used H for hungry instead of hotel. Okay, voiceover guy, don't get any ideas. You've already had enough bacon sandwiches. Please, sir, may I have some more? No, get back to work. As soon as we've passed the point marking halfway to Edinburgh, a place where the Intercity 225 is sadly likely never to run in regular passenger service again, it's time for a review of the train's interior. Seat numbers are displayed above the windows, with numbers in squares marking window seats. The reservation screens are fairly recent, having only been added just before the Azumers entered service. However, on this trip, as you can see, they weren't working. Legroom is okay, but it's tighter on these trains than on the Azumers, which is why stretching out your legs may not be the best option unless you're smaller in height. There is also a sturdy medium-sized tray table at airline-style seats. Armrests can be found on each side of the seat, which are bigger than the ones on the Azuma seats. There are standard 3-pin plug sockets at every window seat, but toasters and hairdryers are not allowed to be plugged in them. Finally, the seat has got loads of padding, still feeling a tad hard, although this is probably due to me getting used to the much harder seats on the Azumas. Generally speaking though, the standard class seats on the 225s are more comfortable than those on the Azumas and get a big thumbs up from me. It's now time to walk through the train, admiring the carpet along the way. Just before we get to Northallerton, let's check out the toilet on the train. I was going to check out one of the standard toilets, but rather embarrassingly, the lock on the door wasn't working, so I decided to head to the disabled toilet instead. So here it is, and I'm pleased to confirm that the lock was indeed working on the disabled toilet.
The door is now locked.
In the toilet, there is a baby changing table and a hinged handrail for passengers with mobility issues. It is worth noting that unlike on the Azumas, baby changing tables are not present in the standard toilets. There are of course the standard features of a toilet like tap water and soap, as well as a hand dryer, which, like on many old trains, is not very strong, therefore not that effective, and you might as well use paper towels instead. Finally, there are two medium-sized mirrors on the wall, one above the sink and one above the door buttons. We are soon approaching our first call-in point today, Northallerton. As we have left Northallerton, we will have a brief look at first class. And here we are. The purple lighting in the centre of the roof does make the carriage look cosier, even in daylight.
Yes, it's fairly the country of Spain.
Anyway, we're soon approaching our next call-in point, which is Darlington. At the time of recording this video, platforms 5 and 6, which you can just see beyond the original station building, were not yet open to the public, and southbound trains were still using platform 1. However, as of the May 2026 timetable change, platform 5 is now used by most southbound trains, and platform 6 is used by terminating trains from Saltburn. All northbound trains, the Saltburn to Bishop Auckland trains, and very few southbound trains continue to use the original platforms, with platforms 2 and 3 no longer being in regular use. I even got a copy of the Live Wire magazine from the 225 group. A new version of the magazine is released twice a year in February and August, and this is the most recent version from February 2026. The spectacular view of Durham Cathedral shows that we are now on the approach to the historical city of Durham, my home city, as well as the final stop on our journey before Newcastle. We are just passing through Chesterley Street, which means we are now on the final stretch of the journey to Newcastle. On the approach to Newcastle, we were greeted with an announcement thanking everyone, and rail enthusiasts in particular, for travelling on the Intercity 225.
Well, a very good afternoon, everyone. This service is very shortly arriving into Newcastle Central Station. This will be the last stop on this service. I'd like to thank everyone for travelling on this very special Intercity 225 service with us today. For any passengers who do not know, this was the first Intercity 225 service to go north of York since Thursday, the 24th of September 2020. So this is the first service in around 6 years since a Mark IV, an Intercity 225, has gone north of York in passenger service. For those passengers who have come just for the Mark IV and the 225, I'd like to thank you for travelling with us. I hope you've enjoyed your journey north into Newcastle this evening. I'd like to thank our friends at the 225 group who have been on the train answering questions. I do hope you got some merchandise that you wanted. I'd also like to thank our crew. This service has been extremely busy, and all the crew members have been working hard to make sure we give you a service that we can be proud of. So I'd like to thank all the staff members on board of our train today. Once again, we are now approaching Newcastle Central Station. This is the last stop on this train. We'd like to thank you once again for travelling with London North Eastern Railway, and we hope to see you again in the near future.
So he's doing his job well.
Yeah, exactly. That's all right then.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much.
Service to Edinburgh, 17:14 Northern service to London via Hartlepool. To London King's Cross, Hornwood, Darlington, York, Doncaster.
Okay, ladies and gents, that will conclude today's vlog on the first ever Intercity 225 train between York and Newcastle since September 2020. They are truly amazing trains, and it was so great to meet so many amazing rail enthusiasts on board, and see the 225 group on board as well. They'll keep doing this service until they retire, I believe, the 225s, when they get replaced by the Class 897s. But this day is a really special day today for the Intercity 225s and LNER. Now I am going to get that train back to Durham. Not going to film that, but I'm going to get on the train and go back home to Durham. So, I really hope you enjoyed this video, folks. If you did, you know the drill. Please give it a like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all very, very soon. Thank you for watching and enjoy the rest of your day. Cheerio!